So while you're working on your own concept, I wanted to show you how I usually start by just like testing quickly different ideas to see which one resonate the best for me when I'm into this exploration phase. I share some ideas, but you can come up with like your own, but like the one that I wanted to test quickly that I think are like pretty cool is the brutalist Alexander Wang bunker, the ancient Greek Givenchy temple, and the Yves Saint Laurent monastery. So I'm testing out for the first time, right? So I'm not even sure if it's came up great, but let's trying out right now. So if I put here a picture of brutalist Alexander Wang bunker. I don't think capital letter means anything, but I kind of like ODD with this type of stuff. I want always to like fix it. So, you know, brutalist architecture, avant-garde design, bunker, industrial, concrete, grey tone, minimalistic, edgy, high fashion, urban. Can remove the urban, and you know, let's just like try it. Oh, I'm gonna add the. I'm usually always put like building centered in the image. That doesn't mean that when you do a full series you have to do that, because you want different angles and different views. But to kind of like judging if I like the direction, I try to like have my prompt like as similar as possible. Style raw. Let's. Or we don't even have to like put the ratio. Like let's try like this. And while it's rendering, we're gonna do like the ancient Greek Givenchy temple. Givenchy temple. And we're gonna add the different token here. Building centered in the image. Okay, and then let's try this one. You guys know that I'm picture of then Yves Saint Laurent monastery by in Japan. Then design Yves Saint Laurent logo, minimalistic, natural material, natural color. Cool. Okay, so it's creating like different things, and as you can see here right now, it's kind of like a raw version of the building, like almost my example that I showed you before with Louis Vuitton concept. Like there is like something interesting, but like we need to refine, and I think, you know, like let's try to deep dive into the Greek Givenchy temple. So he's creating this. So like as you can see here, this looks like more like an actual temple, right? So like not really like the store vibe, not really like a realistic. It's a good starting point, but I think we need to like refine this part. And so I'm gonna use the prompt, and we're gonna do a picture of Givenchy luxury concept store inspired by ancient Greek temple, ancient Greek architecture, Givenchy logo and pattern, Givenchy logo on the front and pattern, and then we're gonna keep the marble columns. We're gonna replace the gold by like silver, white and silver colors. Historical elegance, classical cultural heritage, building center in the image, centered row. So like a style row. Let's try it this way, and let's try another ratio as well. So as you can see here, it started to like, again, just like transition. It's not like perfect yet, but it's pretty interesting to see with like some minor adjustment. Okay, now this start to like looking, like more like a store, right? So here we have like something very interesting. Midjourney doesn't really know where we want to like set this up, but like this one is like pretty cool. Again, for this exercise, I'm not gonna like show you how to like fix the logo and stuff like that. We're gonna see that down the line, but it's pretty straightforward. I kind of like this concept here. So again, we can just like run a couple more. Here you can see the impact of different ratio. So you have the different ratio. We haven't upscaled anything. We haven't, like edit anything. Here is just like generating more stuff. But then if we want to really make this like a believable space, we can like add more information around the location. So like, let's say a picture of a picture outside of a Givenchy luxury in Miami, Florida. Ancient great actually, and I'm saying da-da-di-da-da-da a lot. I'm sorry. Palm trees. Okay, let's try this one. I'm gonna keep the 4:5 ratio because when I'm working on this kind of like a very impressive architecture, usually it works better. And so here again is like, we're getting from like something like this, which is, looks like, not really realistic. I mean, that's a nice image, don't get me wrong, but like you don't get any like fashion aspect or like details here. And so it's like a little bit random, like that can work for like a video game or whatever. But here, as you can see, like just like by tweaking the prompt, adding these little details and referencing, like helping Midjourney, like figuring out what we're trying to achieve, you starting to have something that is like very believable and interesting. And again, this is not like the final series. Actually, like do like like this image, you can run like multiple time the prompt, and then similar to like the Nike example, don't expect to have like one prompt that's gonna generating the whole series for you. You are the creative director, so you are the person in charge. You need to like really understand what you're trying to achieve here, what are the details, what are the things you want to test. Some certain thing will work well, some will not, and that's totally fine, but you're the one that need to kind of like iterate on the different elements. And so if I'm just like adding here large reflective windows, just like little element to see kind of like what's going on. But you can have like more control over the render. So again, I wanted to add this like a little video to show you that if you just like copy and paste the token and like expect to have like an amazing results right away, probably not going to work like this. And you don't want to give up on like, okay, I tried it and then it didn't work for me. No, all the things that I'm sharing with you are like starting points, and then you need to refine, to have something that is actually believable and works fine. So if we take this one again, and okay, let's try it. A picture of let's do this. An Alexander Wang concept store inside a bunker. Brutalist architecture, high contrast, avant-garde design, bunker, industrial concrete, grey tones, minimalist, edgy, high fashion building center in the image. So let's put this. And let's see if we're like already getting something like in the better direction, right? Because that's cool for brutalist architecture, like if you want to build a mood board around that. But if you want to like take it to the next level, like you need to like refine. And so here again, so now as you saw, I say, inside the bunker. So like because I use the word inside, it's kind of like showing like what the inside looks like. It's still like very interesting, but like let's try to fix this. A picture of an Alexandra concept store. Alexandra concept store. We do bunker architecture. Brutalis architecture. We can add Alexander Wang logo on the front. We can do another one, concept store in Tokyo, for example. And so sometimes for the logo, Midjourney have it. Obviously, if you use like Nike logo, Louis Vuitton logo, they're like so famous that they're gonna being available right away. Sometimes that's not the case, so we're gonna work on them on post-production. But here's like, see what's going on here. It's like so interesting again. It's like it's getting more into a store. Then I'm adding a location. So now he's starting to like, because he has to design what's kind of like the environment looks like. Then Midjourney is actually, we always try to do something more realistic, especially if you use a style raw as a mod. But like, again, here in just like a couple of minutes, being able to like generate different direction, different concepts, that doesn't mean that the series is done, because no, let's say if I want to keep working on this one, need to just like keep refining, work on the inside, works on some of the product and all this good stuff. But I just wanting to show you from like a pretty raw concept, the kind of like steps that you need to take to being able to get to a solid series of image. I hope that was helpful, and I wish someone would have shown me that at the beginning, because I had to like explore a lot to kind of like figuring out the best workflow to kind of like getting into the interesting results I was hoping for.